Welcome to our 2021 Heart Hero Virtual Awards. The last 12 months have continued to be a challenging time for many people, but I know that this evening's event will inspire and uplift you after these difficult times. This is such a beautiful highlight in my year where we showcase our amazing supporters and lifesavers, demonstrating just how they make a difference to those affected by heart and circulatory disease. I am continually amazed and inspired by the resilience of our supporters, especially now at a time when the BHF has needed you more than most, and you've gone out of your way to support us. You've all played a huge part in helping the BHF through our greatest challenge in our 60-year history. So on a personal note, thank you. I'd also like to thank Laerdal for sponsoring our Heart Hero Awards this year and for their continued support. And we'll be hearing more from John Laerdal when we recognise our CPR heroes later in the programme. We are delighted to welcome back our very special host, Vernon Kay, alongside some special VIP guests. So please take this moment with us to reflect on the year gone by and know that we couldn't do any of this without your help and support. And as you know, more than ever before, we have needed the public support to protect our vital work and keep up the pace of progress in improving and saving lives from heart and circulatory diseases. Throughout the programme, you'll see a text to donate option, so if you would like to donate this evening, thank you, and please do so using the number provided. Without further ado, sit back and enjoy as we welcome your very special host for this evening, Vernon Kay.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the BHF's Virtual Heart Hero Awards 2021. I really can't believe how fast this year has passed, but I am delighted to be here again as your host for these inspiring awards. Tonight we're going to hear stories of bravery, resilience, determination and gratitude. This is our opportunity to showcase the incredible heart heroes from across the UK supporting the work of the British Heart Foundation and, of course, their mission to fund vital life-saving research. We've got a fantastic evening ahead of us. We really have. It's going to be awesome. We believe, no matter what the outcome tonight, that every single person nominated for an award is a true heart hero, making a huge difference to millions of people living with heart and circulatory disease across the UK. We have 9 different Heart Hero Award categories and our life-saving CPR heroes. To be nominated in the Heart Hero Awards is a testament to the contributions you've all made to the BHF, and whilst we can't be together in person, we can still share and celebrate the amazing people who've been nominated by posting on social media and celebrating everyone who's taking part. Please use hashtag Heart Hero Awards, which is on your screen now. That's the hashtag, use your socials. So let me explain how this evening will run. I'm going to read out the category and tell you what it's all about. Then I'm going to introduce you to a very special guest who will tell you who the finalists are, and then they will reveal the winner. I just want to reiterate that it is an amazing achievement to have been nominated. You are all heart heroes, and on behalf of BHF, thank you. I'm excited to get this started, and our first award tonight is the Charity Champion Award. This award recognises an individual or group who goes above and beyond to further the mission of the BHF. This could be through education, it could be through informing the public about important health messages, promoting our life-saving science, or helping to shape our work so that it reflects the needs of patients and their families. To share the finalists in this category, we have 2 very special ambassadors for the BHF joining you this evening. Please welcome goalkeeping legend David Seaman and his wife, professional ice skater Frankie Seaman.
Thanks for that, Vernon, and what an amazing group of people. And we're really excited to share with you the finalists of the Charity Champions category.
Carol Igafose is a doctor and a mother that had a heart attack at the age of just 48 years old, completely out of the blue. Since her heart attack, Carol has invested time and energy into raising awareness of the disparity in heart attack diagnosis between men and women. Although Carol knew she was having a heart attack, she says that at first she wasn't taken seriously because she didn't have the classic symptoms or risk factors. Carol has featured in the British Heart Foundation's Women and Heart Disease campaign last year, doing media interviews including the Sunday Express magazine and featuring on the Ticker Tapes podcast. She has continued to be a passionate and dedicated supporter, rarely turning down an opportunity to raise awareness of the impact of heart and circulatory disease and the need for BHF research. Carol is determined and committed to sharing her story whenever asked in order to prevent other women going through what she has been through.
Zena Forster had a stroke in April 2016 when she was 60. A year later, she had a heart attack resulting from a coronary artery disease. She's been diagnosed with familial hypercholesterolemia, a genetic condition passed on from her mother. She has small vessel disease of the brain and of the heart, and this is why she supports the BHF. She wants the BHF to make future breakthroughs and is incredibly passionate about the potential of research to improve the lives of patients with heart and circulatory disease. She is such a valued member of the BHF Patients Panel. Her contributions during meetings are invaluable and she has such an uplifting, positive presence. Being the patient voice, she has a huge impact on our research project funding, the content of our patient information and the wider support we provide for those affected by heart and circulatory disease.
Kelly Watts' granddaughter Aubrey was born with a congenital heart condition, and Kelly is passionate about using her network to promote the work of the British Heart Foundation and raise awareness of heart disease in young people. Kelly selected the British Heart Foundation as her charity of the year during her mayoral year of Kettering from June 2019 to June 2020, raising over £8,500. Her fundraising events included chocolate making and tasting, a tapas night, a jazz evening, and her Somewhere Over the Rainbow Ball. Kelly's family also shared Aubrey's story, which was featured in the British Heart Foundation's Christmas Wishes campaign. Kelly has raised an incredible amount of money for the British Heart Foundation, and despite the lockdown and pandemic, has continued to bring joy to her community by hosting virtual gatherings and fundraising throughout. Kelly and her family support the British Heart Foundation's work in every way by going above and beyond. Wow, what an incredible group of people. So inspirational, so driven. Congratulations to you all on being finalists.
And we do have a winner of the Charity Champions Award 2021. And the winner is...
It's Zena Forster!
Well done, Zena. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Zena, and thank you from me and all that you do for the BHF. And it's great to see David Seaman, isn't it? And Frankie, of course, as well. Now, let's move on to our next award, which is the BHF Young Heart Hero Award. The Young Heart Hero is a very special award recognising exceptional people aged 18 years and under. I remember when I was 18 years and under. Crikey, goes way back. Each nomination tonight will show the strength of these amazing young people, their resilience and their source of inspiration to others. Presenting the award this evening is former Team GB Olympic snowboarder, now broadcaster and podcast host, Amy Fuller. All right, Amy, over to you.
Thanks, Vernon. I'm absolutely thrilled to have been asked to judge the competition as well as be here tonight to present the Young Heart Hero Award. Benjamin, Caitlin and Daniel have been taking part in the Land's End to John O'Groats virtual challenge, which they started on the 28th of September 2020. This was just a year after the children lost their daddy, Adam, to a heart attack. He was just 40 years old and his untimely, sudden death shocked everyone. In addition, the young children have had to deal with the loss of 6 other family deaths, including their great-grandfather who passed away from the virus. This challenge was a way to turn the children's grief and anxiety into something positive and to remember their lost loved ones. The challenge involved them covering 874 miles in 1 year. They've been achieving their miles by tallying up all of their walks, short and long ones. They have a weekly Saturday adventure, which includes Daniel's favourite walk, the bear hunt. They all decided to support the British Heart Foundation, with Benjamin saying, "Because Daddy's heart stopped working, so we can help other people with poorly hearts." They've raised over £3,000 for the BHF. Through these walks, they have opened up and talked about their daddy and his death, and this has helped them through this very difficult time. As a family who have suffered such heartache, they have all pulled together to keep strong and to help raise awareness of the British Heart Foundation. They really are heroes. Evelyn was diagnosed with Brugada syndrome, a rare but serious genetic condition which can cause dangerous heart rhythms that can lead to life-threatening cardiac arrest. She was just 18 months old when she received the diagnosis. Whilst in hospital, her heartbeat suddenly soared up to a frightening 280 beats per minute, requiring emergency treatment. Evelyn has an internal defibrillator device to treat any dangerous heart rhythms. The device was fitted in Evelyn's abdomen, rather than the usual position in the chest. The cardiology unit told the family they had only come across a few cases of someone so young being diagnosed with Brugada syndrome. The surgeons at Glenfield also said that Evelyn was the smallest person that they'd ever given a defibrillator to. Evelyn will now have to take antiarrhythmic drugs for the long term. Since having the device, the defibrillator has gone off 10 times after detecting abnormal heart rhythms. The defibrillator is Evelyn's guardian angel in saving her life every day. Evelyn and her family support the BHF to raise awareness of genetic conditions and rare heart conditions in young people. Evelyn and her family pledged to raise £10,000 for the BHF's life-saving research, with over £3,000 being raised during lockdown. However, Evelyn is doing much more than this. Emma and John, Evelyn's parents, have spoken at numerous local talks inspiring other people to get involved with the BHF. They have shared their story with both local and national press as a part of the BHF's campaigns. Evelyn is an inspiration to hundreds of people who have heard her story. In May 2019, when Katie was just 14, her dad Tom passed away from a sudden heart attack. He was just 58 years old. Katie is a pupil at Wellington School in Ayr. Wellington School selected BHF Scotland as their nominated charity for 2020-21, following a nomination from Katie's brother. So Katie used her 16th birthday to take on a challenge in memory of her much-loved dad as part of the fundraising. As a family, the Thompsons thoroughly enjoyed attending RBS Six Nations matches at Murrayfield. Katie's dad always talked about going to Twickenham to watch an England v Scotland match. He never achieved that dream. Katie set herself a target of cycling virtually from her home in Ayr to Twickenham Stadium, with the aim of arriving in time for Scottish Rugby's opening Six Nations game against England. She cycled a total of 710.1 kilometres, or 441.2 miles, which meant she would cycle 32 kilometres or 20 miles each day, and her aim was to arrive no later than 4 p.m. on Saturday the 6th of February, the day after she turned 16, and in time for the 4:45 p.m. kickoff. Katie took on an incredible challenge and raised over £6,000. Katie not only raised a fantastic amount of money in such a short period of time, but inspired her fellow classmates and staff at Wellington School to fundraise for the BHF Scotland. Despite this devastating loss at only 14, Katie has remained positive and is dedicated to raising awareness and as much money as possible for the BHF in hope to prevent other families going through the same experience that she has. These young heart heroes have all been through so much in their short lives, and that's why tonight you heart heroes are all winners. A massive congratulations from me and everyone at the BHF.
We'd spent the summer out in Doha with him where he was working, and we'd just returned home the day before he passed away.
The reason that we were doing the walk and doing it as a fundraiser was because Benjamin, Caitlin and Daniel lost their daddy on the 2nd of September 2019 to a heart attack. Benjamin decided that we should do it for the British Heart Foundation because his daddy's heart stopped working and he wanted to help other people with poorly hearts.
We wear these shirts because when we go on walks we want more people to raise money. So we thought that if we wear these and they can see what we're doing this for.
If they won a Young Heart Hero Award, it would mean everything. Especially for the reason they're doing it. What it's brought to the children, you know, being able to go out and raise money for somebody else, that achievement from such young children is a huge thing. Their daddy would be really proud. The fact they have done it to benefit other people, that would mean everything to him, as it does to me.
I'm not normally the sort of person that would catastrophise in these situations, but to me, because I'd never really come across anybody with a heart condition, and if her heart wasn't working, then there's a possibility that she might die. By sharing her story, we've raised over £4,000 on Just Giving for the British Heart Foundation, and myself and my sister Becky and 2 other friends, we did a 100-kilometre walk in April. It was a challenge, and combined we've raised over £1,000. The British Heart Foundation do such a lot in terms of research, and I know that the money we have raised will be going towards Brugada and other rare types of heart conditions and everything else that they stand for as a charity. My hopes and dreams for Evelyn are that she leads a happy and normal life and that her condition isn't going to affect her. I love Evelyn dearly. She's the best thing that has ever happened to me and us as a family, and whilst money can buy anything in the world, people think it can't buy health, and you just can't put a price on life.
Me and my dad were literally best friends from when I was little, so he'd always just do his best to protect me and show me off to all of his friends and tell them all how much he loved me and how proud he was of me.
Tom, my husband, had complained of feeling unwell. Appointment was made and he then was referred to somebody he knew, a cardiologist that he knew, then referred on for a stent. There were complications in the operation that evening when he had the operation, and he then went on and suffered a heart attack after that operation, which he was brought back from. We were then waiting on a referral for a triple bypass. The day the referral came through that he had an appointment for his triple bypass came through that morning, and he suffered a fatal heart attack that night.
We came up with the idea of me cycling from my home here to Twickenham, which was 710 kilometres. So that required me to cycle 20 miles each day. I reached now at £5,600.
She's raised a great total of cash, so I mean, she's really got on with it. I'm really, really proud of her.
I'm just happy that I've turned something, like the hardest moments of my life, like something so negative in my life, into something positive and something that I can be proud of myself for, and I know that my dad would be proud of me for as well.
What amazing resilience and bravery, such amazing young people, and it's Fantastic to see. All the best to all of you. Right, on to the next award. Other ways people support the BHF is through their workplaces and companies. Our next award is the BHF Retail Partner Award. This award will recognise the outstanding contribution our retail partners have made to help the BHF raise funds to beat heart and circulatory diseases. I'm delighted to introduce Chris Stark, who will tell you more about the shortlist. Chris Stark without Scott Mills.
Hello everyone, my name's Chris Stark. I'm from BBC Radio 1. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Are we all behaving? So I am here to introduce this next award. That's right, the British Heart Foundation's Retail Partner Award. So let's have a look at the finalists.
Pretty Little Thing have been partnered with the British Heart Foundation since 2018, when they had some surplus stock and donated it to a local Manchester British Heart Foundation shop. Since then, they've gone on to support the British Heart Foundation retail network, donating 3,000 boxes of on-trend fashion clothing. The partnership has grown and grown, with the British Heart Foundation regularly collecting sample stock. They have raised an incredible amount of money for the British Heart Foundation, over £382,250 alone during lockdown, and over £802,000 to date. Pretty Little Thing recognises that partnering with the British Heart Foundation not only helps raise an incredible sum of money for the charity, but it also helps to support the circular economy and fight fast fashion. All the items donated could have ended up in the waste stream, so by partnering with the British Heart Foundation, they have avoided many tons of clothing entering landfill and given another chance of life. Top Furniture is one of the British Heart Foundation's longest partnerships, working together for the past 8 years. Top Furniture have continued to donate stock throughout lockdown, raising over £50,000. Dave Edwards, Managing Director, has been promoting our free furniture collection service on the website and prompting customers to donate their old furniture to the British Heart Foundation when they make a purchase. This has brought in an incredible £250,000 worth of stock for British Heart Foundation shops. Dave has also given the British Heart Foundation more visibility through their social media channels. Dave is very keen to help the British Heart Foundation where he can and has a close connection to the cause. In 2013, Dave's son Tom was born, and at 2 weeks old he became seriously ill and needed open heart surgery. He was diagnosed with Shone's complex, a rare congenital heart condition affecting the left side of the heart. Tom spent much of his time in hospital undergoing numerous heart operations, but his only hope of survival was a new heart. Just days before his second birthday, his family received the news that a new heart was available for Tom. Tom is now 8 years old and a happy, smiley little boy, and Dave continues to look for new ways to support the British Heart Foundation and its life-saving research. The University of Leeds partnered with the British Heart Foundation in 2016 to run the Pack for Good campaign, encouraging students to donate unwanted items to the British Heart Foundation shops and stores when they leave. After a successful year, the university made all donation points permanent, creating a year-round opportunity for staff and students to donate. Mike Leonard has been a constant advocate for the British Heart Foundation as his daughter has a heart condition. Through Mike, the university have held BHF pop-up shops that have raised £710 from the sale of items donated from the students. They've encouraged both staff and students to get CPR trained and offered their translation services for free to help the British Heart Foundation reach international students. The University of Leeds continue to strive to do more for the British Heart Foundation, recently linking together to form a student fundraising group called Leeds Heartbeats, made up of PhD students funded by the British Heart Foundation. This group have also supported the British Heart Foundation with CPR training and built relationships with Leeds City Council to support with the rollout of the Pack for Good campaign within the community. Working with the British Heart Foundation, the university is focused on its charitable donations and environmental impact.
So, as you can see, British Heart Foundation retail partners are really addressing the environmental challenges that we all face at the moment, reusing, recycling as much as possible. And for Mike and Dave, this is a cause that is so close to their hearts. So I would like to say thank you, and so would everyone involved with the British Heart Foundation, to all of our retail partners, for all of the work that you're doing. Thank you so much. Okay, the judges, which is me and Michelle White, couldn't decide on just one winner tonight. So here it goes. The British Heart Foundation retail partners for 2021 are Top Furniture and Pretty Little Thing. Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. I can give you a little bit of feedback. I'm going to have to read it off a screen. I can't memorise it all. I'm not that good. Should have got Scott Mills. But the judges' comments for Pretty Little Thing were, I believe that raising awareness through fashion is incredible, as they are bringing awareness of the British Heart Foundation's work to a new generation who are able to become familiar with the organisation whilst making a fashion statement. Incredible. And the judges' comments for Top Furniture, this partnership has a real heartfelt feel, a more personal entry. Frankly, all the entries were amazing, and thank you so much to everyone that has got involved in this. It's my absolute pleasure to present this award tonight. So congratulations to the winners. Thank you so much to the finalists and everyone that's entered this. And have a fantastic evening, everyone.
What great initiatives. Wishing Mike's daughter and Dave's son all the very, very best. We're moving on now to our Fundraising in the Community Award. This award recognises the exceptional success of local fundraising in the community. These people are passionate, they're enthusiastic, and of course they go above and beyond to raise money and tell people about the work of the BHF. They are a collective force determined to make a difference to ending heart and circulatory diseases for good. To take us through the finalists in this award, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Zoe Williams.
A huge thank you to everyone who has been nominated tonight, because you all make a massive difference to heart patients and the British Heart Foundation's work. And as a judge for this award, I was just truly motivated to read about all of the fundraising activity that you do, which really does support the British Heart Foundation to carry out its life-saving research. So it's my pleasure to tell you a little bit more about the 4 shortlisted finalists. Barry Kirk. Barry Kirk from Port Talbot has been a volunteer for BHF Cymru for the past 12 years, following the death of his brother Peter from a heart condition at 36 years old. Barry is an ambassador for the local area, setting up the BHF Port Talbot fundraising group with 6 other members who do fundraising events throughout the year. Barry gives talks to community groups about the BHF's research, helping to raise awareness, takes part in any local collections, and attends check presentations on behalf of the BHF. During the pandemic, Barry decided to do a virtual John O'Groats to Land's End event. He ran every day on the local beach for over 3 months and completed the challenge at the end of January. He also asked local stores in the area for sponsorship and gave TV and radio interviews about his fundraising, which contributed in raising £500 for the BHF. Other events he has taken part in include laying in a bath of beans for 5 hours in the middle of a shopping centre and a BHF conga event along the beachfront. He also did a bean and fork event in the local community, which involved families coming together to take part in the challenge, and also helps organise the BHF Santa Jog each year, which has over 300 Santas taking part. He is a wonderful supporter and has come up with some very innovative fundraising ideas that have helped to promote the BHF in the South West Wales area. BHF Lewis and Harris Fundraising Group. The Lewis and Harris Fundraising Group support the BHF due to their personal connections to heart disease. They also want to improve the heart health of the people on the island. Joint group leaders Janice Ann Anderson and Laura Campbell helped set up the group due to losing their best friend Diana Morrison to a cardiac arrest at the age of 25. The group kicked off their fundraising in February 2020 with the Tesco Collections Weekend, raising £1,800, which was the highest total across the UK. During lockdowns, they've turned their fundraising activities online with successful quizzes and competitions, notably their dog show and Christmas tree competition. The events have been so successful because they've had a real community feel. The group used the power of social media to organise a virtual dog show, spreading the word in their local area, asking people to submit the best photographs or video of their dogs and donate to the BHF. They approached businesses for prize donations, which resulted in a local garden centre sponsoring their event. Once they'd received all their submissions, the group let the Facebook community vote on their category winners. 1,000 votes later, they held a live video finale where the winners from each category received a hamper full of prizes, with the best in show receiving additional doggy treats.
Sutton Coldfield Fundraising Group, Judy Pilling. Judy Pilling is the Sutton Coldfield Fundraising Group leader, and her connection to the cause is her husband, who has a heart condition. The members of the group actively help raise awareness and the profile of the BHF in their local community. As a dynamic group, they've organised events, placed an astonishing number of collection cans in the community, stewarded local Charity of the Year relations, and most recently have concentrated on the production and sale of face coverings, demonstrating their versatility. They've raised over £6,000 from the sale of face coverings and corporate match funding schemes. It's been extremely difficult for fundraising groups and volunteers to raise funds over the last 12 months. But despite these exceptional circumstances, this group adapted and got off the mark quickly, making and selling face coverings before they became so widely available. Cardigan BHF branch, Pete and Cheryl Barker and Alan Evans. Husband and wife Peter and Cheryl formed the Cardigan BHF branch in January 1987, and Alan Evans joined soon after as a branch treasurer. That was 34 years ago. The branch initially focused on raising funds to purchase defibrillators, and within 8 months they raised £15,000 and were able to purchase 3 defibs for emergency vehicles. They continued to raise thousands of pounds to purchase medical equipment for the ambulances and local doctors, in addition to raising funds for vital research. All are ambassadors for the BHF in the area, doing talks, events and check presentations, inspiring other people in the community to help and support the BHF. They have so many supporters who help at the branch events, like their coffee mornings and the annual dinner. They've had an excellent impact in the town. Even during the pandemic, they were still active in getting donations in the local community by telling people about the work of the BHF on Zoom calls and contacting people through Facebook. They also set up a birthday Facebook fundraiser during lockdown. Their dedication and commitment to the BHF is boundless. These are amazing people raising phenomenal amounts of money to help others. I mean, really, they're all heart heroes. But for this year, the fundraising in the community winner is the Cardigan branch for their incredible 34 years of fundraising in the community. Congratulations.
Whoa, thanks Zoe. 34 years is a very long time to fundraise, but I know from doing these awards for the last 3 years just how dedicated the BHS fundraisers are. Congratulations. of course, to the Cardigan branch on a phenomenal contribution. Right, let's move on to the next award of the evening. It's the BHF Charity Partner. Here we go. This award recognises the outstanding support of one of our corporate or community partners. They've promoted the work of BHF and organised fundraising, donated stock or driven awareness raising activities within their networks. Presenting the award, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this evening TV presenter and host of Capital Extra Breakfast, Yinka Bikini. Over to you, Yinka.
Thank you so much, Vernon. I'm so happy to be back yet again this year at the BHF's Heart Hero Awards. And today I am presenting this award to the BHF's Charity Partner. Let's see who the finalists are. This World Heart Day marks the BHF's 1-year anniversary with Mindful Chef. Rewinding to September 2020, our partnership came at a time when the BHF was looking at new ways to engage audiences during the pandemic and raise critical funds for BHF research. Mindful Chef helped us achieve both these missions. To mark the launch of the partnerships, Mindful Chef introduced a new range of recipes to help keep your heart healthy. Chosen by BHF dietitians, the new range of recipes were developed to help support people's heart and circulatory health. The partnership has been a fantastic way to provide delicious, healthy and easy recipes to help BHF supporters with their fundraising challenges and lifestyle choices. Recipes have helped detoxers give up chocolate, helped our London Marathon and My Marathon runners during their training, provided new choices for our volunteers and readers of Heart Matters magazine, and used in our corporate partner newsletters. The partnership continues to raise awareness of how a healthy, balanced diet can support heart health. Tesco is a strategic partner for the British Heart Foundation, united around our vision to improve the health of millions of people in the UK alongside Diabetes UK and CR UK. The Tesco partnership is ambitious to help their 300,000 colleagues and millions of customers make healthier food choices and live healthier lives. Tesco's ongoing commitment to raise funds for our life-saving research didn't falter despite the challenges of COVID-19 this past year. The Tesco partnership found different ways to reach its fundraising ambitions, providing a lifeline for the BHF during a year of great difficulty. These different ways of fundraising include: in September 2020, a 13-day campaign, A Little Help Can Go a Long Way, was launched across all Tesco stores to encourage the nation to round up their bill to the nearest £1. This was supported by advertising that reached 12.2 million people. They raised 1.4 million in 3 days, which Tesco matched, so that each of their 3 charity partners received 1 million. From August 2020, Tesco enabled club card users to donate their points. In our most successful week, we received £1,708.50. Tesco have also trialled newer technology, such as QR codes to encourage donations at the till point, and have donated over 700,000 bottles of hand sanitizer for our BHF shops to use across the UK. Tesco is the BHF's largest corporate partner and has raised more than £7 million to date. Omaze is an organisation that offers once-in-a-lifetime experiences and prizes to raise money for charities. In September 2020, the BHF were delighted to announce our partnership and that Omaze were giving away an incredible £3 million house in London. The groundbreaking new fundraising initiative meant supporters could help fundraise for the BHF by entering a prize draw and being with the chance of winning a stunning house in Fulham. Plus, there were chances to win thousands of additional prizes in the run-up to the grand prize draw. The prize draw aimed to raise over £500,000 for the BHF, but at the time of nomination, we were on track to exceed this target. The winner and final fundraising figure were outside of the timelines for the Heart Hero nominations, but we can tell you that this partnership has generated £1 million for the BHF. Omaze's huge reach has also enabled the BHF to gain new supporters and fantastic media coverage about the partnership. Wow, these charity partnerships are really helping to drive donations and to support the BHF's research. And tonight's winner of the BHF's Charity Partner Award 2021 is Tesco.
Thanks, Yinka, and congratulations to the Tesco team up and down the country. We know every little helps. Oh, what a first half. Now then, we're going to take a short comfort break and we'll see you soon. Cue the music.
Hello, my name is Adriana Tavares and I'm BHF funded Intermediate Research Fellow. Thank you from everyone at the Centre for Cardiovascular Science at the University of Edinburgh for powering our life-saving research. We are working to develop new tools to better understand how, where and when a scar is formed in the heart following a heart attack. This is important because it will help researchers and doctors to better understand how the heart heals following a heart attack.
I'm David Grieve, a BHF-funded Professor of Cardiovascular Physiology at Queen's University Belfast. On behalf of my team, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of the BHF Heart Heroes who have helped support our research for many years. We're working to better understand how heart failure develops so that we may be able to design more effective ways to diagnose and treat it.
There are times when we all turn to science for hope. These are the times to remember how far we've come. These are the times to remember the power of science. 60 years of mind-blowing, life-changing, barrier-breaking medical research. Wonderful, limitless, inspiring science. Funded by fierce commitment. Funded by energy. Funded by love. 60 years of pouring everything we've got into creating moments like this. We've got this far together, and together we'll face our biggest challenges with even bigger ambition. More fundraising, more research, more time. Together, we're just getting started.
Hi, my name's Laurie Thomas and I'm a British Heart Foundation researcher at Cardiff University, and I'd just like to say thank you from everybody here on the team for powering our research. We're looking at the molecular events that occur during arrhythmia, so in other words, how the workings of the heart cells break down when the heart is beating with an abnormal rhythm. And by finding out what goes wrong, we're hoping to find a better way of putting it right using improved drugs, and we hope that one day this will lead to better treatments for arrhythmia. So thank you.
Thank you to all the BHF Heart Heroes. You are powering our science in King's College London. We are working to see if a molecule found in broccoli can help protect mice against cardiovascular complications related to gestational diabetes and maternal obesity. This will help find future treatments for pregnant women, helping both mother and child.
Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying the awards so far, and I hope you've had the chance to grab yourself a top up, as the next half of the awards is set to be outstanding. This next section focuses on the brave individuals who stepped forward and had the courage to perform CPR on loved ones, colleagues and strangers. Lots of us have had CPR training thinking we will never ever need to use it. However, for our life-saving CPR Hero Award finalists, their training turned into a reality. John Laerdal is going to tell us more about why Laerdal work with the British Heart Foundation in helping to create more lifesavers.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here again at the BHF Heart Heroes Award. At Laerdal, we're very proud to be sponsoring this event and also to be the partner of the National Lifesavers program. The founder of our company is also a heart hero. In 1954, he had to perform mouth-to-mouth on his 2-year-old son in a near-drowning accident. Luckily, he was able to save my father, and traumatized but also very inspired by this event, he committed himself to the cause of helping save lives. He turned the company to that mission, and with colleagues, he was working with the father of CPR, Dr. Peter Safar, and a local anesthesiologist in Stavanger, Dr. Bjørn Lind. And together, they worked on a lifelike, full-body CPR mannequin. My grandfather was pondering about the face of the mannequin. It had to be inviting but still appeared dead, but inviting to perform mouth-to-mouth and give chest compressions. As he was visiting his parents-in-law in the late 50s, he saw this death mask hanging on the wall. The mask is made by a French artist around the year 1900. Struck by the beauty of this young woman that drowned in the River Seine, he made this death mask that became a bestseller. So as my grandfather saw this on the wall, he thought, that is the face of the Annie mannequin. So it became that since the 1960s, this death mask and the girl from the River Seine has so become the most kissed woman in the world, as introduced by The Guardian some years ago. And since 1960, more than 500 million people have learned CPR and how to save a life. In the last 7 years, we're very proud and honored to have worked with the BHF to help bring CPR mannequins and Annie mannequins to more than 7 million school children and people in the community at large in the UK to become and really create a nation of lifesavers. At this year's Heart Heroes Awards, we meet all the true heroes and an inspiration to our future commitment. On behalf of everyone at Laerdal, thank you so much for what you've done. You are true heroes and an inspiration. Congratulations, all of you, and I wish you a great evening and all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Someone else who knows how important it is to know CPR and the chain of survival is football legend Glenn Hoddle. Glenn, over to you, my friend.
Hi there, I'm so honoured to be here tonight presenting the CPR award winners. Some may know that in 2018 I had a cardiac arrest on the floors of the BT studios, live on television or just finishing a programme, and it was Simon Daniels, the sound engineer there, who reacted the quickest and gave me CPR and kept me alive. And I am so grateful that he reacted so quickly, that he knew what he was doing with CPR and did an unbelievable job. And it's the reason why I'm still alive and I'm here tonight speaking on this video. If it wasn't for Simon and for the gifts that he had with CPR and the training that he'd had, I simply wouldn't be here. So that is the importance of CPR. There's no doubt about it. It does save lives, and I'm living proof of that. I went to the hospital, and I'm the luckiest man in the world. I had a quadruple bypass. My heart had stopped, and I had all sorts of problems. And thankfully, at St Bart's Hospital, the operation was a success. And I'm still here to tell the tale, as you like. But this is a fantastic evening. There are amazing people that have shown so much courage, and that they have what they've done with their CPR, and they've saved people's lives, you know, just like Simon did mine. And you are true heroes, you really are. And these are amazing people, and this is why this evening it's wonderful that you're going to be recognised. And I can't thank you for what you've done for other people enough.
Hello, my name's Caitlin Laurie and I performed CPR whilst on the phone to emergency services to save my brother's life after I found him collapsed at home.
In January this year, Kelly and her husband Jack found their 21-month-old daughter Rumi, who was fit and well and playing happily one minute, suddenly unresponsive on her tummy. Kelly immediately started CPR and her husband called an ambulance. Kelly, herself heavily pregnant, continued to deliver CPR to her little daughter for 10 to 15 minutes until the ambulance crew arrived. Rumi had undiagnosed long QT syndrome and has now been fitted with an internal cardiac defibrillator. She is fit and well and back to her normal self, and on the 20th of March 2021 her little brother Jackson was born.
What went through my head was what you do in the next 10 minutes either saves him or it leaves him in a very bad position, or he could die. I thought, oh God, I don't want him to die. I'm just a child, so I don't want him. I need a father, so I did what I could, and he's here now, so yeah. When my dad was in that coma, it was quite scary. I tried to keep my mind off what was happening, so I didn't get upset, and I said to myself, he's in the best hands. Now don't worry. CPR is so important to me because my dad wouldn't be here now if they didn't teach me CPR.
You don't believe how proud I am of Henry. For him to have done what he's done, I think is an incredible achievement. I'm alive because of Henry, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. And it's a very poignant thing, I think, to sit and understand, is that your son has saved your own life. It's truly amazing what he's done. He needs to be really proud of what he's done. And also it means that I can see the rest of his life. I can watch him grow up, and that's the really good part of it.
Jenny was returning home one evening when she turned into her street and saw cars and a man lying on the pavement. She assumed he had been hit by a car. No one was quite sure what was wrong, but Jenny knew she didn't want him to be alone on the pavement, whether it was too late or not. He wasn't breathing, his face and the colour of his skin was drained. Everyone else watched on, too scared to do anything, so Jenny started CPR. Luke was running by and Jenny shouted for his help with the CPR as she was losing strength. They managed to get him back twice, but when the ambulance arrived, they used the defib, which got his heart back stronger.
Hi, me and my colleague Nathan Cartledge performed CPR and used a defibrillator on a stranger in a car park in St Ives, Cornwall, while at work.
My name is Bernie Cleland and I performed CPR on my husband Dave when he collapsed at home. Fortunately, the night before I had attended a refresher first aid course which included CPR training. So, with the help of the call handler, I applied my CPR skills and started the chain of survival before the emergency services arrived and gave him specialist treatment.
Noel Manning collapsed unconscious after suffering a heart attack whilst driving on a busy bypass. Dan saw him slumped over whilst he was overtaking and used his truck to bring the car to a standstill before a nasty accident happened. His wife rang 999 to get help.
Isabella was one of twins. She was twin 2, born on July 9th, 2020 last year. And she was born with a really rare heart condition. So Isabella's journey when she was born was just turbulent, constantly in and out of hospital, constant complications. It was all a little bit of a nightmare. It was just a normal Sunday. She'd had a brilliant day. She was just being her lovely self, and then all of a sudden at 4 o'clock, my husband screams at me, and I'm thinking, oh God, what's happened? And I've come running in, and he's holding Isabella, and she is just limp, lifeless, pale, and just extremely poorly looking. And then I got my phone out and called 999 and had them on speaker whilst I started. After I checked her, I then started the 5 resus breaths and compressions. Even with a child with a heart condition, you just don't ever expect it.
I've nominated Kayla for this award because just how remarkable she was on the day, and just the fact that without Kayla being there at that time and acting so swiftly, we wouldn't have had these precious memories with Isabella, and they're memories which we'll think about and remember forever.
The British Heart Foundation is the reason we had so many months with Isabella. I mean, without their continued research, people like Isabella that are born with severe heart conditions, but 70 years ago didn't get to live a few days. Charities like the British Heart Foundation are just the crux of what keeps those families going and keeps those memories going for them as well, because without the BHF, those people wouldn't be here.
On November 18, 2020, Jamie was installing a boiler for Bob at his home. Bob suddenly started to cough and clutched his chest, saying he couldn't breathe, and collapsed in his chair. Jamie got him out of the chair and onto the floor and immediately commenced CPR. He called 999. Bob was shot back to life by the EMICS doctors and was then taken to hospital.
Hi, my name is Neil Douglas, and I, along with our neighbour Margaret, helped perform CPR on our neighbour Gordon, who had collapsed at his home at the start of lockdown. Whilst on the phone to the emergency services, we continued CPR until the paramedics arrived, which helped save Gordon's life.
So when Dave collapsed, I happened to be in the office at the time. I ran straight over, and you could see straight away his skin was changing from normal colour to like a dark bluey purple colour. I initially panicked, rang 999. They asked if I've ever done CPR before, which I hadn't. They explained what to do. So basically I carried out the instructions that they were telling me to do. Halfway through, Dave, he got blood in his mouth, so we had to turn him on his side, clear his airwaves, put him back on his back, and just carry on with the chest compressions for around about 12 minutes-ish. It felt like a lifetime.
I was at home, it was a weekend, and I had a phone call from a friend of mine, and he said there's girls up the road fitting. The thing that got me was when we flipped over the young girl. She had a school jumper on that my children wear for school. I just thought, we've got to do whatever we can do here. It took a few minutes to realise that Edith wasn't breathing, and then I looked at Katrina. She checked breathing as well. We both checked for a pulse. We couldn't feel a pulse, and we both then decided at the same time we need to start CPR.
To learn CPR is just, you cannot put any words on it. It's so simple and easy to do.
To Karen and Katrina, it's really simple. Thank you for everything you did that day. You've saved Edith's life, you've saved her future, and we can never express our eternal gratitude for that.
So I met up with Edith's mum. She asked to come round for coffee around my house, and she said she'd bought me a present. And when she arrived, she bought me a plant. It was a rose for the garden. It was called Teenage Spirits. And afterwards, I'd realised she'd bought all three of us one to grow together. So when I go out there, yes, it reminds me of what's happened, but it also reminds me that this little girl is still alive and living the best life possible.
What it has meant to us and our family is we are still a family. We have Edith and our future.
I am so pleased that we worked as a team and that we saved Edith, and that Edith is here for her future, and that she's here with her parents, and that we all managed to pull together and we done it, and we succeeded and we saved her life.
My name is Steve Harley, and I performed CPR to save my dad's life after he collapsed at home after walking his dog. I performed CPR until the paramedics arrived some 8 minutes later.
Earlier this year, Tony Entwistle suffered a cardiac arrest on the five-a-side football pitch mid-game. Elliot and Ryan were playing on the pitch next door and both rushed to Tony, checking for a pulse and to see if he was breathing. Elliot started CPR immediately, Ryan started mouth to mouth, and they sent for the defibrillator from reception. The defibrillator was used 2.5 minutes after his collapse. Elliot and Ryan relentlessly continued with CPR for 12 minutes whilst waiting for the paramedics to arrive and take over. Tony regained consciousness when the paramedics were preparing to lift him to the stretcher for the ambulance. Tony was unconscious for 30 minutes and technically dead for 6.
Hi, my name is Dave Colcliffe, and after playing a five-a-side football match with my friend Rhys Lane, we returned to our cars to find a man in an unconscious state. This was Lee. I pulled Lee out of the car while Rhys rang the emergency services. I started CPR under the instruction of the operator. We managed to revive Lee, but unfortunately he lost consciousness again, so we resumed CPR for 7 minutes until the emergency services arrived. Thankfully, Lee is now on the road to recovery.
Hi, my name is Rhys Lane, and after playing a five-a-side football match with my friend Dave Colcliffe, we were returning to our cars, in which we found a stranger at the time, which was Lee, in his car in an unconscious state. Dave managed to pull him from the car while I phoned the emergency services, and Dave performed the CPR under the instruction of the operator. He was revived but lost consciousness again, so we had to repeat the CPR until the emergency services arrived 7 minutes later. But thankfully, Lee is on the road to recovery now.
There was a moment where I thought, you know, he was gone and he had died when he was blue on the floor. There was kind of no response, obviously, from the CPR that I was doing, but I was associating what I was doing with what I had seen on the television, because I'd never seen CPR in person. I've never had to do it before. As I was doing the CPR on him, I just remember thinking, obviously, you know, in 6 months' time I'm supposed to be getting married, and I'm potentially going to be planning a funeral instead. Obviously it's had a happy ending, and that's just solely due to CPR and on the evening of kind of the quick response, the fact that I was lucky enough to be in the bed next to him when he went into cardiac arrest.
When I wake up, I'm just grateful for everything that I have in life. It gives you a new outlook. It means everything. I'm not really sure how you can sort of ever repay anyone for saving your life, never mind the love of your life. Because you delivered CPR and saved my life, I can't thank you enough. It's my honour to present you with this British Heart Foundation Award for CPR Hero.
Thank you. Have a go, learn CPR, and you might end up with a husband at the end of it.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm absolutely blown away with those stories, wonderful stories, and well done to all our CPR Hero Award winners. It really is. You must be so proud of yourselves. You should be. the importance of what you've done. You know, it saves lives. It really does. The CPR skills are just truly, they save people's lives. And as I've said, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for CPR and Simon Daniels doing it for me. So wonderful stories, so uplifting, and I urge everyone to learn CPR. You will save somebody's life one day, and those that do know how to do CPR, it's not a bad idea to have a refresher as well. I know myself and my family are constantly talking about and doing that. It's so important. So, you know, it's a wonderful, uplifting evening. It really is. The job that you've done, but to save someone's life is the greatest gift you can give them, as I well and truly know. So congratulations, well done to everybody, and have a fantastic, fantastic evening. Well done.
Our amazing CPR heroes this year have shown the power of learning this life-saving skill. If you don't know it, then please check out the BHF website to find out more. Incredible people who really stepped up and made a difference. We are in awe. Well done. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we only have 4 more award categories remaining. Here is the Healthcare Hero Award. The Healthcare Hero Award. The Healthcare Hero Award. This award will recognise a healthcare hero. Pretty much does what it says on the tin. They have helped patients directly or raised awareness of heart and circulatory diseases, or they've been in training, they've done their life-saving CPR skills. Through their profession or interest, they are determined to make a difference. To tell us who's been shortlisted for this award, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Hazel Wallace.
Hello and good evening. I am delighted to be involved in the British Heart Foundation's Heart Hero Awards this year. This was a very hard category to judge, but we have a very strong shortlist. We start with Michelle McQuaid. Michelle is a specialist cardiology nurse who works in the Cardiac Assessment Hub of Alton Gleven Hospital, Londonderry. Her can-do ethos to her life and work inspires patients and healthcare staff alike. She embraces and leads change to improve services and outcomes for patients. The Cardiac Assessment Hub allows patients rapid access to assessment, investigation and treatment, which was much slower in the past. Michelle has been the major driver for this improved service. The Care Opinion website is full of extremely positive comments about Michelle for her clinical excellence, for her vision and bravery, and for consistently going the extra mile and being an outstanding role model for nursing. Susan Connolly. Susan is an integral member of the British Heart Foundation Cardiovascular Disease Task Force, set up to develop a new CVD strategy for Northern Ireland. She has been involved in various media campaigns for the British Heart Foundation, including seeking help if you have a heart attack and encouraging people to take statins. Susan's main passion is for cardiac prevention and rehab, and upon moving to Northern Ireland from London in 2017, redesigned and redeveloped cardiac rehab in the Western Trust. The service became patient-centred and dramatically increased uptake from 29% to 95%. When the COVID pandemic started in March 2020, despite a higher workload and being given the role of discharge coordinator for the Trust, Susan continued to innovate and ensure patients continued to have access to evidence-based and effective cardiac rehab service. She herself got in touch with a local media company and made videos for patients, and then developed a partnership with Fitbit, so that all patients were given Fitbits to help with their exercise adherence. Through the Fitbits, patients were sent push notifications to encourage them to exercise. They were put into virtual groups with many other patients to facilitate support, and their activity levels were monitored. Many lives have been transformed through the cardiac rehab program, and people are alive today because of it. Amy Williams. Amy is a specialist heart failure nurse that has always been a keen supporter and strong advocate of the British Heart Foundation in Wales. She has supported the British Heart Foundation both in her professional capacity and also through fundraising. Amy led the team which set up to support palliative care services in advanced heart failure at her centre, then COVID struck. Amy was redeployed to work on the COVID wards due to her skill set, but continued to develop the palliative care service for heart failure. The service was successfully launched and has already become a model that has been replicated by others and will be expanding. Without the dedication and commitment provided by Amy, the palliative care for advanced heart failure service would not be in place, providing vital care for some of the most vulnerable patients. Despite the challenges of COVID and losing a close family member, Amy continued to work on the palliative care service. She is remarkable and a credit to the nursing profession. 3 amazing professionals driving change in the provision of care for heart patients and being a lifeline to many families. Thank you to all of you for what you do and continue to do for heart patients everywhere. But tonight we have one winner, and the winner of the British Heart Foundation's CPR Hero Award 2021 goes to Susan Connolly. Thank you again from me for all the support you provide to your heart patients.
Thank you, Hazel. They were all worthy healthcare heroes, and like so many of our healthcare communities, have had the strain of the pandemic on top of their daily role. It's really been tough. Our healthcare professionals really are heroes. On behalf of everyone here, thank you. Now then, speaking of heroes, our John Willett Lasting Legacy Award is named after a very, very special lady and hero of the BHF. Joan spent the lead up to her 104th birthday. Let me say that again. Her 104th birthday last year, walking the steep hill near her care home to raise funds for the BHF. Joan raised a massive £61,000 and in tribute has this very special award named after her. I'm delighted to be announcing this year's recipients of the John Willett Lasting Legacy Award for 2021. Our first nomination is Claire Marie Barouche. Claire is a mum of 2. She's got type 1 diabetes. In 2012, she suffered a massive heart attack and had to have a bypass. She also has an implantable cardioverter defibrillator, an ICD. Her health has deteriorated and she now has 3rd stage heart failure. Although Claire's condition is very serious and her only chance is a heart transplant in the future, she's committed and fiercely passionate about spreading the word about BHF research, which could obviously help her and others like her in the future. She's also passionate about sharing her own story to inspire others and give them hope. For the last 4 years, Claire has supported numerous media requests to share her story. She's featured in national media like The Times, The Sun and also the BBC News. She's also featured in BHF fundraising appeals focused on heart failure, raising over £153,000. Despite 2020 being a stressful and difficult one for heart patients, like herself, she's continued to tell her story for the BHF. As well as all she does for the BHF, she also co-runs the Bell's Hearties Facebook group, an outlet for heart patients to share experiences and a source of support. By sharing her story whenever asked, she allows people to see the human cost of heart disease and how vital our research is to help improve and save lives like hers. She's one of the most passionate and committed supporters and asks for nothing in return. Claire never turns down her request to support us, even when she isn't having a good day with her health. Such is her commitment that when she recently went into hospital for back surgery, she joked that she'd be available to do press if needed. What a trooper. As soon as she was in the recovery room, she didn't hesitate. We don't even think she was joking. Our second nomination is for the Hearts and Minds programme, whose members include the Love Heart Group, Dudu Bemi, Carl Hope, Delitha Mills and Bettina Wallace, and their delivery partners Lisa Jackson and Carol Burrell. Each of the Love Hearts group has a professional or personal link to heart and circulatory diseases and have supported the BHF Hearts and Minds programme because of the impact of heart disease on the African Caribbean community. The network is based in Nottingham, and over the past 10 years these members have volunteered their time to help their community and be advocates for healthier living. They give out BHF literature and encourage individuals to take better care of their health, finding local exercise classes to combat weight gain, reduce salt intake, etc. Lisa Jackson has toured many cities in the UK and visited many Caribbean communities. She raised awareness of the health risks from heart disease, diabetes and stroke, and spent time encouraging local Caribbean restaurants and takeaways to reduce the salt content of the food they prepare. She dressed as a traditional Caribbean grandmother figure, Patty Dumpling, and speaking in the dialect that older members of the community will understand. Carol Burrell ran a 20-week exercise programme for the community, which was so popular they had to find a bigger venue. The Love Hearts, Lisa Jackson, Carol Burrell, have really impacted on the black community in Nottingham, shaping the way people viewed their diet and exercise to help them live healthier and better lives. All of these people have made a huge contribution to their communities, whether that's online or in person. By supporting the mission of the BHF, they've made a big impact, which is why we think they are all winners. Thank you to Claire Marie, Dudu, Carl, Belitha, Bettina, Lisa and Carol. You thoroughly deserve the accolade of the Joan Willett Lasting Legacy Award for 2021. Congratulations from me and a very special thank you with a special message from this person.
It's just incredible. It really is. Every time I think of the BHF Awards, I just think that people are quite extraordinary, how they give of themselves, their heart, and anyone who is considered for this extraordinary award, really for the community, for the BHF, to help people, you really are champions. So Claire Marie and Judith and Delethea and Carl and Lisa and Carol and Bettina. Goodness, you are all so extraordinary. You are brave, you are courageous, and you are really beyond the words that I'm saying to you. And Vernon Kay is going to give you this award, but congratulations for your total commitment to the community, to the BHF, and just for goodness. Your kindness is just incredible. You all of you, your commitment, your dedication, your compassion. It's just extraordinary. All of you, you all deserve the Joan Willett Lasting Legacy Award for 2021. And it gives me so much honour, pride to hear of your stories. And just, I don't really have any words to say. Huge gratitude for the lives of people you've so totally changed. It's incredible. You're an inspiration and you're a joy to know and gives magic to my heart. Thank you, Vernon. Thank you, the BHF. And thank you to you all.
All right, on to our next Heart Hero Award, Outstanding Contribution, whose recipient will be extraordinary. The individual will have shown outstanding loyalty and dedication to the BHF over many years. Our special guest to present this award tonight is BHF Ambassador Pippa Middleton.
I am delighted to be involved in the British Heart Foundation Heart Hero Awards 2021 and to be one of the judges in this award category. We've heard some amazing stories so far, and I can't wait to share the finalists in this very special Outstanding Contribution category. Karen Currer. Karen has been living with Takotsubo cardiomyopathy since 2013. She has had several acute episodes of Takotsubo, has arrhythmias almost every day and valve issues. In 2019, she may have also suffered an acute stroke, which is still under investigation. When Karen had her first Takotsubo event, she was able to contact a BHF-funded cardiologist who helped to treat her ongoing issues and helped Karen to understand her own condition. Since then, Karen has sought out research on Takotsubo, a large part of which has been BHF funded, and she appreciates the role that the BHF plays in furthering understanding of Takotsubo. Karen has allowed the BHF to share her story through blogs and the media to show why the BHF's research is so important and to raise awareness of Takotsubo. In 2016, Karen set up a support group for Takotsubo patients. The group has now grown to have over 2,500 members from all over the world, and Karen continues to play an active part, supporting people, helping them find information, sharing research papers and setting up online seminars with specialist cardiologists. By being such an incredible conduit for spreading information about the BHF's research, she has helped to raise its profile and show why support for the BHF is so vital. Phil Collis. Phil Collis has supported the BHF as a patient representative, sharing his lived experience of stroke. Phil tirelessly advocates for the stroke community to ensure research, healthcare, and community services cater to the needs of those affected by stroke. Phil is passionate about patient involvement in health services and improving care. He networks extensively with other organisations to promote patient and public involvement. He was involved in developing the BHF strategy to 2030, ensuring working with patients and the public for better health and care is firmly on the agenda. Since then, he has contributed to numerous involvement activities. As an experienced patient ambassador, he supported recruitment and interviews for the Big Beat Challenge patient and public panel, is a dedicated member of BHF's Patient Advisory Group for Clinical Research, and is committed to supporting the wider research and health community to involve patients, including in Europe. He brings a huge breadth of personal knowledge and experience to meetings at the BHF, as well as an understanding of the wider stroke community. As a real champion for the needs of patients, Phil has also been instrumental in culture change across the BHF. Outside of the BHF, he is a huge ambassador for enabling people to engage and contribute to health and social care changes, especially for people affected by stroke. The patient and public involvement team at the BHF are extremely grateful for everything he has done over the years. Professor Barbara Cassidy. Professor Cassidy is a leader in her field, taking our understanding of atrial fibrillation and its complications to new levels. Professor Cassidy leads a program of AF research which spans from molecular mechanisms to clinical trials. Together with her team, she is currently evaluating whether short, unnoticed episodes of AF cause damage to the brain. They're monitoring more than 30,000 participants of UK Biobank to detect silent AF and using MRI scans to assess brain and heart damage and its characteristics alongside tests of cognitive function. This will help us better understand how much of a problem silent AF is and how the doctors can better identify those who are at higher risk so that treatment can be started and subsequent stroke and dementia can be prevented. Outside of her groundbreaking research discoveries, benefiting people with heart and circulatory diseases, Professor Cassidy has featured in a number of BHF communications from media stories and events to articles for Heart Matters. She considers the BHF her professional family. Professor Cassidy is a shining example to the cardiovascular research community. She shows what hard work, diligence, and ambition can achieve. Through her research and her involvement in BHF activities and communications, Professor Cassidy is very deserving of this award. As you can see, these are outstanding people doing extraordinary things for the BHF, and I hope you can join me in celebrating each of these amazing people. We do have an overall winner though, and I would like to congratulate Phil Collis as our outstanding contribution winner of 2021. Thank you for all you have done to raise the patient profile and make a tangible difference to the lives of others affected by stroke.
This is our last award of the evening and a new one for 2021. The Innovative Fundraiser Award is to celebrate all the amazing fundraisers who have found new and exciting ways still raising money for the BHF during the global pandemic and the numerous lockdowns. What a pain in the bum they were, weren't they? I would like to welcome BHF Ambassador and TV star Gemma Atkinson.
you, Vernon. I am so pleased to be part of these Heart Hero Awards again. It's a charity really close to my heart, so thank you to all the fundraisers. You're all incredible. I've read your stories and I'm literally so moved by them. The fundraisers are phenomenal this year. They always are, but they're great this year, so thank you. There's going to be 6 nominations in this category. One of them has been chosen by the judges as the winner, and the other one has been voted for on the BHF website as their public choice winner. So what I'm going to do is take you through all the nominations and then announce the 2 winners. Good luck, guys.
Our first nominee is Lisa Brown. Lisa Brown was 4 when she was diagnosed with Shone's complex, a rare congenital heart disease. Lisa had her first surgery when she was 7 years old. Throughout her life, Lisa has refused to let the condition hold her back, pursuing a career in teaching and becoming vice principal of Kilronan School, whilst also running a clothing and accessory boutique. But her life was often interrupted with spells in hospital. It was Lisa's last major surgery to replace a faulty aortic valve that left her fighting for her life. She suffered a heart attack during the operation, and they had to do a heart bypass as well. As a result, Lisa ended up spending 9 months in intensive care at the Royal Victoria Hospital in Belfast. Lisa tires really easily now, but continues to do what she can for the BHF from home. Lisa owns an online accessories business, the Brown Bag Boutique, and 10% of every purchase goes to the BHF. Her Facebook birthday fundraiser raised almost £2,500. She posts donations to our shops and helps raise awareness by sharing her story with the media. Her heart condition has had a huge impact on Lisa's life, but she is still incredibly warm, positive, and enthusiastic about supporting the BHF's life-saving research. Wellington School. Wellington School's S6 pupils, Katie and Fraser Thompson, nominated the BHF as their Charity of the Year as they lost their father, Tom Thompson, in 2019 from an unexpected heart attack. Wellington have been a force to be reckoned with. Despite the challenges of COVID, they have continued to fundraise and encourage pupils, staff and parents to get involved and have raised over £35,000. Pupils have been heavily involved in supporting the BHF as part of their Charity of the Year, writing and submitting corporate Charity of the Year applications to local businesses, sharing their personal motivations and stories to raise awareness and profile of the BHF locally. They have encouraged many parents to take on their own challenges as part of their charity partnership. Holly, a friend of the Thompson family, took on the Route 66 challenge, running 2,280 miles, Chicago to LA, and raised over £800 for the BHF on behalf of Wellington. They have come up with creative and unique ways to fundraise whilst home learning, designing and selling BHF face coverings, taking part in a virtual 3,500-kilometre challenge to partner schools, designing and selling school charity calendars, selling products within the school, dress down days, and even an online auction through the Gallery platform, where they auction sporting memorabilia, golf days and designer scarves. Wellington have covered every aspect of online and virtual fundraising and truly deserve to be recognised for their determination and tenacity. Lucy, Katie and Mackenzie Gumbrell and their cousin Johnny Spade. Lucy, Katie and Mackenzie Gumbrell never met their older brother Callum, as he died aged just 1 week from hypoplastic left ventricle. Although they never knew him, they've always known about him, and the family have continued to support the BHF raising money whilst remembering Callum. The family had planned to run the Great South Run for Callum's 30th birthday, but due to COVID, the run was cancelled. So they set a new challenge, to walk 30 miles in 1 day. The day of the walk was the anniversary of Callum's death on the 8th of November, which was also Remembrance Sunday in 2020. Callum's name is in the Book of Remembrance at Portchester Crematorium, so the route took in this milestone. The local radio, BBC News and the local newspaper included updates along the way so that everyone knew how the walk was going and where they could join. And we could see people donating all along the route. They raised over £4,000 with their cousin Johnny and showed their determination, dedication and compassion throughout. It took great willpower to walk in the dark, cold and wet weather of November to complete the challenge. Pigott and Crone. Pigott and Crone Sleaford branch manager Jamie Aspeland came up with the idea of the hashtag BHF 100k challenge, and championed by Pigott and Crone's director Kevin Scrupps, they encouraged as many people as possible to get outside and exercise during lockdown. The challenge launched in December 2020 with the aim of getting people to complete 100 kilometres in between Boxing Day and the 31st of January 2021. It involved all 65 Pigott and Crone staff members, their friends and families, and other local businesses, as well as companies and personalities from the estate agency industries across the UK. Over 200 people took part, raising a staggering £70,000 for the BHF. Off the back of this success, other teams from across the country have been inspired to do a similar challenge, and another £20,000 has been raised. This has also inspired so many people to support the BHF in the future. Ray Ho. The BHF is a charity close to Ray's heart, as he has relatives and friends who have passed away at young ages from heart attacks. Ray started raising funds for the BHF by organising an annual 10-mile group-sponsored walk. Due to COVID, the regular annual sponsored walk could not be held, so Ray decided to walk the 10 miles by himself every day for 5 consecutive days. A total of 50 miles in 5 days. He raised £2,600, and when the first lockdown started, he made 3 big pots of soup every week and distributed this to people in the local community. He still supplies homemade soup every week to the Leslie Community Pantry for local people to enjoy. Ray is a valued member of the local community for his kindness and generosity, and he is well respected for his fundraising efforts and for his soup making. He has raised a great amount of money over the years for the BHF, and his effort in 2020 was absolutely brilliant. Sergeant Chris Harris. Sergeant Chris Harris RM lost his friend and colleague at the Royal Marine Band Service to a sudden and unexpected cardiac arrest. Shocked by the sudden loss of his friend, he designed a series of COVID-19 friendly fundraising challenges called 50 for Fergie that engaged his colleagues at all 5 Marines bands: CTCRM Limpstone, Plymouth, Portsmouth, Royal Band, Collingwood and Scotland, and the Royal Marines School of Music in Portsmouth. Those that took part could do their own fundraiser with anything to do with the theme of 50. Examples included a 50-hour drumathon, 50-mile runs, 50 kilometres a day, 50-kilometre bike riding for 10 consecutive days. A key component of the series included members from the band at HM Royal Marines Portsmouth, conducting a physical fitness challenge covering 1,206 miles in 50 hours by running, cycling or walking a virtual route. The distance covered was the route linking each of the 5 Royal Marine bands by road. Further fundraising included roller skating 37 kilometres around Portsmouth and a horse racing social event. The 50 for Fergie fundraising campaign resulted in a total of over £6,000 raised.
There you go, exceptional stories of drive and determination, all to raise funds for such an important charity. Your funds are making such a huge difference and they're saving lives, so thank you so much. Let's hear a little bit more about tonight's winners. The judges' winner of this evening's innovative fundraiser is Wellington School.
Wellington have a proud tradition of fundraising, and it's down to our 6th year pupils to nominate the charity. So Fraser and all of the 6th year got right behind the British Heart Foundation through the tragic loss of Fraser's father, Tom. And Fraser spoke so well about the work that the charity does, and it was absolutely unanimous that we wanted to support BHF.
The reason I did it was obviously because of my dad. So I don't think it's something that's actually talked about enough. So I want to raise awareness.
It's not something I was massively aware of before what happened with Fraser's dad, and then that's why it made it so important to raise money this year, realising how serious of an issue it is.
Obviously having a charity, raising funds for a charity that means so much to us was really important because that kept everybody encouraged and kept everybody motivated.
the presentation that Fraser prepared for the British Heart Foundation as the charity for the 6th year was a very moving one. The whole school has been behind them the whole way.
But we obviously made like our face masks, which was like a huge thing. That was obviously COVID related, and then obviously our calendars. We did Christmas cards.
Yep.
We've done loads, and then we've obviously had some people that really kindly actually do that kind of sponsored events.
Because we had no idea what the total was. We had a rough idea, but we didn't think it would be as much as.
No, we did not. And
36,000.
We're over them. Like we cannot explain. Like you're really kind of emotional again, but it was amazing, and we're so happy that we were able to raise such money for such a good cause. And we want to obviously like reduce the heartbreak to other families as well, because obviously we've experienced it as well.
Well, I'm just so proud of the 6th year. In fact, the whole Wellington family, from the 3-year-olds in nursery all the way through to the 18-year-olds in 6th year.
Just a thank you to everyone, to be honest, to the Wellington community, to family and friends, to the rugby club, just everyone that's donated, everyone that's just played a part in it.
The winner of the public vote is Lisa Brown.
People that know me would say that the condition, how it has affected my life, they would say, not really, because Lisa, you've done everything along with us. And I think when you're born with it, you just keep going and you be thankful for every day. Unfortunately, the kidneys have never recovered, so I'm dialysis dependent for 4 times a week. I decided to fundraise for the British Heart Foundation because afterwards you just always feel you need to do something to give back, to say thank you. And then I started doing a wee bit more research into it, and I knew where I was, I wouldn't have been there without that sort of research. So I decided that was the one I was going to raise the money for. I wanted something that was going to be sustainable, and just to get I suppose let people know that you're raising this and they get to know you're doing this for the BHF. The brown bag accessories, and just sell those through online methods, and people taking them into their like a pop-up shop, and it's been brilliant. It's been really, really good. The birthday one came up on Facebook, knew nothing about it, thought I could click this button, £150 target, overwhelmed, 2,400 and something. And then a couple of people gave me money, which I then transferred across.
So Lisa, I am absolutely thrilled to tell you that you are the winner of the Innovative Fundraiser Public Choice Award. I'm delighted that you are.
Are you serious?
Yes. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, and on behalf of BHF, thank you.
Oh, no problem. No, well, I'll keep going. What we do, but I can't. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, wow. Oh, that's special. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all to join me in a celebratory toast and a round of applause for all the fantastic people that we've seen this evening. It's what? Oh, it's screwed up. Sorry. Thank you. Cheers. Here's to everyone who has helped make this year possible. On behalf of BHF, thank you. Thank you to you, the audience, for making tonight very special. Take that, thank you. I've enjoyed hearing some of the stories of so many amazing, selfless people. You've all inspired me so much, so thank you. Keep doing what you've been doing for the BHF and its vital research. What a night. It's a shame we're nearly finished. Until next year, I will now hand you over to Dr. Shemaine Griffith, Chief Executive of the British Heart Foundation, who will close the awards. Cheers.
Gosh, you just can't help but be moved by all of these inspiring people we've heard from during tonight's awards ceremony. What an amazing array of stories, from young heart heroes to fundraisers who've been tirelessly raising funds for decades. Thank you. You will have heard messages of thanks throughout tonight's show from scientists from our labs across the UK. And I'd also like to take a moment to share my heartfelt thanks. Firstly, thanks to you, our audience, and all of our finalists and winners for joining us tonight and sharing your stories. Your courage, bravery and determination simply powers the BHF. And there are so many wonderful people that raise money and volunteer their time to help fund BHF's research, so thank you, each and every one of you. And a huge thank you again to Vernon Kay for another outstanding year of hosting. And thank you to our celebrity ambassadors, our special VIP guests and friends of the BHF for making these awards extra special. Thank you to our judges who had the unenviable task of selecting the winners from all of the incredible nominations. And thank you to our Heart Hero Award partner, Laerdal, for their support in recognising the inspiring individuals who had the courage to step in and help save a life. And thank you to our partner Tesco for providing gift vouchers for each of our finalists so that they can help celebrate this memorable evening. The amazing work of everybody involved within the BHF, our supporters, our partners, our volunteers and our colleagues is absolutely astounding. Thank you to everybody involved and everybody behind the BHF's Heart Hero Awards 2021. It is our 60th year and what a way to celebrate it. So until next time, stay well, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening.